Good evening, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com here with your evening recap for Monday night, December the 16th, 2013. Okay, daily chart of the ES, and we had a very interesting day. We moved down to 54 last night, made a very long bottom of a candle there, and had some rejection off 54 that they took past the key 77 area. So I had sent this 15-minute chart out a little earlier today on Twitter. It was up on the website. So we had the rejection to 54, and then we just ramped. I mean, it wasn't, and the thing is, this was not bear market rally type of action. Bear market rally type of action is just boom, 10 handles, rip your face off. Everybody just covers and runs for the hills, and there's fear in the hearts of everyone. That did not happen in the overnight. Then we leveled off here right at the key 1777 area, which, you know, on the March contract is the equivalent of the 1783 that we talked about for many weeks on the December contract. It held pre-market as support. And when the opening bell rang for regular trading hours, this was a short squeeze right here. And we traded as high as 86.25. And then we went back down to retest 77, did so, made a lower high, and I had written before the bears needed a higher high to open up a test in the middle band. They did not do that. That was not successful. And what we saw into the close was a move back down to test 77, but they haven't taken it out. They have not taken out this support. They have not taken out these lows from earlier in the day. At 77.75, and we're currently trading 78.75. So here's my take. We have a situation where really the attention of the market is going to be turned squarely towards the Federal Reserve. They have a 2-day meeting beginning tomorrow, and then you've got the FOMC announcement at 2 o'clock, and then there's going to be a press conference as well to go with the announcement. So what's going to be interesting is how, you know, everybody's going to place their bets, so to speak. Taper, no taper. You can make the argument either way. And I will say this to you. If there's no taper, the bears are going to get just run over again. It's setting up that way. They got their pullback. Let's get back on the daily. They got their pullback. They got their move down to the lower band. They got their move down to the third standard deviation band, and they bounced off of that. So there's no bear out there that can argue that we are ramping up, we are going straight up, we are doing all these things. You got your pullback. If there's no taper on Wednesday, I think that will really clear the way for the Santa rally. Now let's assume there is a taper. If there is a taper, then you may see some weakness initially. But unless something changes in my research in the next couple of days, I really think that's going to be a dip that's going to get bought as well for a move up toward, through the end of the month. Whether that means we take out 18.12.5, that remains to be seen. But the action that I'm seeing today in the rejection off of 54, if 77 stays support, it can start to create a new floor. If we're able to create that new floor, then we go and take a look at middle band and look at some of these higher areas of established resistance. The bulls have a big task ahead of them. They've given up a lot of ground here. But at the same time, we're not trading down at the 200-day exponential moving average. We're not on the cusp of serious trend change. What we do have is a pullback, and a decent one at that. But we're really going to have to, everybody's going to be in wait and see mode with respect to Wednesday. And I would warn everybody not to get too heavy ahead of this Fed meeting, because you don't know what the reaction. You don't know whether they're going to taper or not. I know everybody on CNBC thinks they do, but you don't. And the more important thing is you don't know what the reaction to the taper is going to be. Is it going to be cataclysmic downside? Is there going to be no taper and we're going to go immediately to new highs? Are we going to dip and it gets sold? Are we going to dip and it gets bought? Are we going to rally? It's going to sell. You don't know. You don't know. And if you're having a good year this year, why would you want to wreck it on Wednesday? Wait for the announcement, wait for the reaction, wait for the range to be established, and then trade it. That would be my respectful suggestion to you with regard to what's going to be a very, very important announcement at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Okay, everybody have a good night. I'll be out in the morning with a pre-market webcast. Pivots will be up on the website later. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on the website. Come check out the chat room. Come trade this stuff with us. Don't trade it by yourself. I will talk to everybody in the morning. Trade them well.